Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Genshin Impact reaction video. As you can tell from the setup, I am officially back in my home in the good old US of A. For those of you who probably don't know or have probably noticed through some of the videos I've uploaded, I was in Canada for about 2 months visiting my girlfriend. During my time, my entire experience of Genshin within Sumeru has been in Canada. So I'm officially back home. We're going to be jumping into some content both in-game and regarding reactions. We're going to be checking out Nahida's character teaser video, which I guess symbolizes or gives significance to her birthday, which is probably going to have the Sub-Zero's festival tied into there. Also, quick little fun fact for those of you who didn't know, 1 year ago, I created this YouTube channel on October 27th, 2021. And I'm not saying that HoYoverse knows who I am, but that same day, 1 year later, they decided that Nahida's birthday would be on the same day that I started this YouTube channel. I'm not saying that I have anything to do with it, but I'm basically saying that I had something to do with it. Anyways, we're gonna be checking this out. Also, just wanted to say really quick for those of you who haven't seen him in a while, shout out to Chair Coon and Crow Coon. Big homies, big chillin', holding down the fort while I was gone for 2 months. These motherfuckers threw a party and a half. Anyways, I'm very excited to find out what this trailer is all about because everybody and their mother has been asking me to check this out ASAP. Alrighty, with all that said, we're gonna be starting the Nahida character teaser. Nahida, happy birthday. HoYoverse, my boy. Oh, there she is.
When I woke up,
Happy birthday.
I was riding in a flower carriage.
Oh,
I just had a dream. I dreamed it was my birthday.
oh my God. Oh my God.
In the dream, the Knight of Flowers and his retainers found me.
Oh, the squad. Damn, everybody. Oh, is this
Archon,
when...
we finally found you? The people can't wait to meet you.
Oh, is she referring to like how they found her at... Wait, hold on. This actually might be a dream. Didn't they find her after like the destruction of Conria though? She's over here like, oh, they found me. This was so happy and magical.
Archon, we finally found you. The people
I
can't
swear to God, if this is a fucking another Samsara loop, I swear to God.
wait to meet you. The Sub-Zero's festival began, and everyone smiled as they gathered around me.
I like the music.
Finally,
Oh, the
I got
Yalda
back on the
candies.
carriage and waved goodbye.
Sheesh. Oh, I like this little, the art,
When
the
I
drawing.
woke up, I was riding in a flower carriage. I just had a dream.
Oh
I
no!
dreamed it was my
Wait!
birthday.
Wait, no! Not again!
In the dream, the Knight of Flowers and his retainers
Oh my
found
God,
me.
it keeps happening. Not again.
Oh,
I do like how
his
this time it's with the
retainers found me.
traveler. Aww.
Oh, Archon, we finally found you.
The flower crown of the Aranara. My boys, my wholesome little beans.
Oh, Archon, we finally found you. The people can't wait to meet you. The Sub-Zero's festival
Oh my
began,
God.
and everyone smiled as they gathered around.
I swear to
you.
God, if this happens again, please.
Finally, I got back on the carriage and waved goodbye.
Okay. Please.
When I woke up, I was riding in the flower carriage.
Oh my God. Are they sucking her dreams out of her to be a
I just
Kasha?
had a dream. I dreamed it was my birthday.
What the fuck is happening?
In the dream, the Knight of Flowers and his retainers found me. Oh, Archon, we finally found you.
Oh my
The
God.
people can't wait to meet you.
This is...
Zero's festival began, and everyone smiled as they gathered around
This
me.
is actually what happened.
Finally, I got back on the carriage.
This fucking guy.
Goodbye.
That's the
Got back on
fucking...
the-
That's him. That's the Grand Sage. The fucking monocle. Yo, fuck these guys. Bro,
Carriage
I've had enough.
and waved goodbye.
I'm gonna bust into this joint and save her.
When I woke up, I was riding in a flower carriage.
Jesus Christ,
It
dude.
was my birthday.
She sounds so dead now.
Happy birthday, Nahida.
That was was so fucking depressing. Oh my God. You know that meme? The fucking football player? He's like, yo, you had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. They literally fucking debated me so hard. Oh my God, dude. How do you go from this to this? Like, what? I know that there's some text. Anthony sent me the translations of the text. I am gonna look at that really quick, but I just kind of want to like break down and talk about this. So yeah, this is definitely like a Samsara cycle that is happening. She sounds so chipper and full of life and excited about everything. Her birthday is what the whole Sub-Zero's festival is about. And then, you know, like her voice changing started reminding me of how like every time you kind of go through the Samsara, it siphons your dreams out and it makes you weaker and like it just saps you of energy until it kills you essentially. I will say though, they made this feel so like, even the music, like the ambience, like the fucking boom, like the bass of just like the realization of, oh, this is not a happy story. This is just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse. And this is probably the aftermath area of where they found her, like post Conria, I think, because I forgot where it was mentioned, but they said that they found her in a scorched land, which I assume that that's like the fucking outskirts of Conria. There's also this really cool artwork of Nahida that they showed during the live stream. That's like official art, I guess. And it showed like Nahida like lying down, and on both ends, like on one end it was the rainforest, and then on the other end it was like the destruction of Conria. So I'm pretty sure that they found her, like they went to Conria to like find out what happened to Ruka Devada, but they found Nahida, and then they were like, oh, this, like, who the fuck are you? Like, you're not our god. We don't want anything to do with you. And they literally just threw her in the shrine and they just left her there. This cutscene indicates like people loved Ruka Devada so much, people don't realize that that's kind of still her in a way, just with a lack of knowledge. They basically were just like, yeah, she's great and all, but she's not who we thought she'd be. And then they just literally tossed her away and forgot about her. This just makes me hate them even more, bro. Like the arc, like, bro, I feel so bad for these fucking sages. I wonder what they're gonna do. What are they gonna say for themselves when we confront them, you know? Since Conria was 500 years ago and she must have been found and like left alone for the, like, has this just been an ongoing generational acceptance that Lesser Lord Kusanali is just forever going to be disregarded by the people? Because also, this guy looks like a younger version of the current Grand Sage. So like, he's like, yeah, that monocle was passed down from generation to generation. So the current Grand Sage has the fucking monocle of his like great grandfather that literally looks like him, bro. He's wearing the same purple getup too. Kaya wasn't bullshitting, dude. He got that eye patch from his great grandfather. It's literally passed down into the family. But yeah, but that's so weird that like the sages have such a fucking grip on this nation that they were just like, bro, for the next 500 years they didn't fucking break. Not a single one of them was like, hey, maybe we should actually like give our god a chance. And now they've gotten to the point where they're like, hey, you know what? These Fatui guys ain't too bad. We haven't seen anything like them in the last 500 years. Let's work with them to create a new god and replace the one that we've had in timeout for the last 500 fucking years. That's so crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, realistically, they're really the ones in power now that Ruka Devada is gone. But I just think it's so crazy that nothing has shaken or changed in that long, that something like Nahida being their Archon has been kind of swept under the rug and even like covered up through the Akasha system. I feel so bad for this current generation of sages because they have to pay for the last 500 years of torment that this girl has had to go through. I hope we actually have a birthday party for her during her story quest, like a real birthday where you gotta like think of Jean's story quest where she had a day off, but we just like bake Nahida a birthday cake. And we're like, yeah, sorry human beings are shitty people. You know what I mean? Sorry you got treated awfully for like the last 500 years. Oh my God. That was depressing. I did not like that at all. But we're not done yet because apparently there is some text that plays underneath this. And Anthony did provide the translations for it. I will say though, this is incredibly creative. Like, this is unlike any other character teaser we've gotten thus far. Kind of really just emphasizes like, wow, she must have been Like, it just makes you really sympathetic for her and like the situation that she went through. And they tied in the Samsara situation, so like we obviously understand how that works now. But I think this is like a really, really creative way of giving us a tease of like Nahida's situation. The flower carriage rocked. Nahida opened her eyes. She said, "Just dreamed a dream. Dreamed of a day she was born. Dreamed of a day the sages found her. Alas, but where was Lord Rukkhadevata gone to? We were all eager to meet her once again. Realized the Lord had perished. Around her they gathered. To tears they were dashed. In the end, Nahida was locked in by the devote. In the end, to no one could Nahida reach out." That is such a sick fucking shot. Oh my god. Like, they really upped the eerie vibe of this whole thing, like with the music too. I don't know why this area too just reminds me of like a withering zone. Like, you see the chains in that thing that she's hooked up to. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have made this YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, they made her birthday because of me. I'm like, actually, you know what? I disown this completely. I want nothing to do with it. I really, 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 really hope that the sages find out that Nahida was Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Like, I just want that to sink in, and I want them to feel so fucking stupid for being these holier than thou like pieces of crap who thought that they could play God instead of just trusting the process, just trusting the fucking archon that they have and being wiser themselves. Like, if your god isn't wise, help her become the god that you want her to be instead of, I don't know. These people are just like wayward. They're just like desperate. They're lost. They're freaking lost without, I don't know. They're, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, man. They're just like, they just have no way without their god, and they're just like willing to settle for anything, like a freaking puppet, you know, an artificial god as opposed to like one that they've always had. I have a feeling they already know. I mean, and even if they did know, there's nothing they can do to change it, right? So even if they did know, it's kind of like, you know, you don't want to face that truth. You don't want to face it. You don't want to face it head on. You know, these guys must be smarter than the average bear. Yeah, they're just powerless to do anything about it. They just have to like let time pass on. Like, they just have to, it's just like a process thing. Like, right? Like, that also means that Rukkhadevata must have never been just like omniscient and all-knowing from inception. You know what I mean? Like, the knowledge and the wisdom that she had was birthed for however many years that she existed prior. You know what I mean? I expect her existence was that of like an R&R or something like that, because like she helped create them. But you know, Nahida, in the 500 years that she's even existed, she's still in her like child state, and it's gonna take thousands of years for her to get to the point where Rukkhadevata was. I'm expecting. And so unfortunately these people won't see that in their lifetime, and they're just like, yeah, I don't feel like waiting. Yeah, exactly. Knowledge is not wisdom. Like, wisdom equals knowledge plus time. Yeah, and wisdom is also experiential. That's true. Is Rukkhadevata older than Morak? I don't believe so. I believe Zhongli is the oldest of the archons as well. But what you also have to realize is that the last 500 years of Nahida's existence has been stunted growth. For the last 500 years, she hasn't had any type of life experience. Everything she knows is through the bubble that she lives in within the shrine of Sarastana. So like 500 years, she, like, you know what the most fucked up part about this is? She could have been way closer to the god that they wanted her to be now if they just let that process ride out. But because like they stunted all of that growth by just leaving her in the room. So like she would be far more better off as an archon now, you know, like even for her own self. Like she just would have had so much more life 500 years of life experience, 500 years of knowledge, of wisdom, you know what I mean, of development, and like none of that has gotten them anywhere in the last 500 years. So like that's like the most tragic part of everything. She hasn't even begun to live her life. And the, you know, the fucked up thing too is like they're thinking about it from their, like, realistically speaking too, like human lives compared to hers is just infinitely like shorter. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I need things to work out within my lifespan, not yours. But it's like, yeah, but that doesn't work like that, buddy. And you might as well blame the other 500 years of generational systemic corruption within the sages, because you could have had a better god than you had now had that stuff never happened. I hope Aether and Lumine are actually stars that are like millions of years old, because hopefully we can come back to Teyvat once we, you know, come back to Teyvat a few thousand years from now and see how Nahida fares as a wise and more developed archon or god by the end of it. You know, she's basically a child right now, so she's not exactly fit for the role. You know what I mean? Like, she needs someone, and like, I'm kind of wondering that too. So like, even if we overthrow the sages, even if we reform the entire Akasha system, who would be at the forefront of like taking care of her, or making sure that like making sure that like Nahida is in good hands to kind of progress forward the way that she always should have. You know what I mean? I was thinking, like, obviously the people that are surrounded by her now, like Al-Haytham, Sino would be like her bodyguard. Sino would be like, yeah, no one's fucking with you ever again. Like, we're never gonna let that shit happen. I will send all of them to their maker if that's what it takes. Yeah, I'm thinking like within the academia, like Al-Haytham and Sino are the only two I can really think of. Maybe Tignari, you know, he was in the trailer, but Tignari wants nothing to do. Maybe Tignari just wants nothing to do with this current academia. If they change the system around and they like get rid of everyone and reform the thing, maybe he'd be more interested, because clearly this current administration isn't it. Maybe Lisa will come back. Who knows? Nah, I'm just kidding. That's copium right there. Damn, man. This was really, really good. Archons don't die from betting old. Well, they succumb to erosion. They succumb to erosion. So, you know, I guess Nahida just kind of like did like a memory wipe. So I guess erosion by that definition is reset, but it also basically turns you into a completely different person. And this kind of goes into what we talked about earlier, which is like the super complex thing about this Archon quest that I really like is the fact of like biologically she's Ruka Devata, but subconsciously and mentally, and like when you get down to it, we are nothing without our memories. I'm Arnold based on the years of memories that I have had growing up, like from my own worldview and, you know, just upbringing. But if I literally got hit on the head and I succumbed to like permanent amnesia, I would be Arnold in name and body, but I would not, I'd be a completely different person. I'd probably never, I'd be like, dude, dreaming, who the fuck would waste their time watching other people play video games on the internet? You know what I mean? Like, I'd be a completely different person based on my memories. So like her just completely changing and being a different person is such a cool thing to, it's like a cool theme to explore for an Archon quest. But yeah, now that she's a different person, she's got to start again from zero. And unfortunately, she got dealt a really shitty hand this time around. I don't like the academia. I definitely don't like them now. I feel like everyone's against them. I don't know what they're going to say for themselves. I don't know how they're going to answer for their crimes. I don't know if they're going to find out that this was always their god, Ruka Devata or otherwise. And I hope they pay for it. I really do. I have a feeling maybe Dottore will just like fuck them all over in the end, because he's going to make off with the Gnosis. He kind of has to. Like, it's the whole point of why he came here, you know? And if Scaramouche is basically like, yeah, I'm just going to stay in Sumeru and become their divine god, I assume he's also going to make off with Scaramouche's Gnosis if things go to shit. You know what I mean? Like, if we fight Scaramouche and we defeat him, it's like, well, I guess his Gnosis is kind of useless. He's no longer a god. And then Dottore just makes off with the Electro-Gnosis and the Dendro-Gnosis, and then he heads back to Snezhnaya. But then it's like, what's the Akasha system now without the Gnosis? It's like, you lose, and there's your reform. No more internet, no more secrets, no more forbidden, filtered knowledge. Everyone's on the same playing field. Fuck you guys, you're all fucking fired, and you're going to jail. And then they hire, and then they give Sino and Al-Haytham a promotion. They have Nahida be a part of the reforming process, and they go on from there. I think that's the best case scenario. Yeah, it's a good thing they still have all those books in the library, because that's the only way anybody's getting knowledge in this freaking region anymore. Also, can we please learn about the fucking goddess of flowers, please? I know Nilu's also in the trailer too, so like hopefully she'll contribute something towards that, maybe, kind of, sort of. But like, bro, like, we learned about the Scarlet King this patch, we learned about Ruka Devata this patch and last patch, but like, goddess of flowers, nowhere to be seen. Don't really know her significance. I know she died before anything, kind of before all this other shit went down, but I'm also just kind of like, whatever, you know, I'm kind of like curious about that. But anyways, this trailer was very, very shocking. Was not expecting this. Getting like a first-hand look at what it must have been like for her, and like her entire worldview is based on just what she thinks the outside world is until she finally gets out of that prison and steps foot outside. She's got to deal with Irminsul. You know, she was crying in the trailer. So also we have like the whole world forget me thing from Ruka Devata. So like, I'm assuming that that's what the conflict is going to lead to by the end, is something regarding the Irminsul, something regarding Nahida, Ruka Devata, and trying to find a way to heal the tree. Otherwise everyone dies. So So yeah, I don't know what else to say, but this was very well done. Loved the production value. Really thought it was really cool and creative, getting to kind of see a different perspective of Nahida's experience. But that's everything for me. That's everything for this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. We're going to be getting into weekly bosses and Sino story quests. Very excited to kind of get through these last couple story quests before 3.2 drops. But thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Appreciate all the support, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.